Sinto muito, eu não entendi.
Oh! Speaks Portuguese now. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Joga all hands on deck.
My apologies, I don't understand.
Okay, Google. Play all hands on deck.
Alright, all hands on deck from Spotify. Playing on Bukit Vista, Town Hall.
Why does it sound so British?
Because it's the racing green now.
Deep.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Okay, Google, stop the music. Hey, Google, stop the music. Okay, so, all right, today is May 27th, 2019. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's begin. So, let's start from the top. This is the all hands. So let me go to the right document then. The theme of May is preparing for peak performance. Preparing for peak performance. We do the FF thing. Preparing for peak performance, streamline the operation for optimal performance, fixing leaks, having no leaks. The revenue target is 300,000. The stretch target is 375. In preparation for June, we're looking in June to book and delight to achieve new peak revenues and delight our guests for June. The revenue target for June has not been set, and the stretch target has not been set. I have explained already the switching configuration during June and how that will work, so I think that should be clear by now. Wait. Hey Google, turn off the fan.
Got it? Turning off the Town Hall fan.
That's exactly the way it's supposed to be. Where's Maha, by the way?
He's off.
He's off today. Okay. I guess he will be watching the video, which we're recording. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so for this, the transition from peak season, from low season to peak season, I stated it a few times. If you're still not unclear about it, just read the paper, because we've gone over it twice already on the last two all hands. Let's talk about what's working well. So, let's take a look at our observation and improvements. There's been a lot. We've moved over, there were so many observations and improvements that we had to move. So we've moved over to part 2 now, PT2, for May. And let's take a look at what's happened this week and what kind of follow-up we've done. I'll go ahead and expand this a little bit out because there's that on the side. And, okay, let's take a look. Today is the 29th, so we probably had, okay, this. All right, on May 22nd, Village Rita Inda. Jing, notice that we lost a block of dates in May for Village Rita Inda, May 9th to 23rd. I took responsibility for that. There was lost 14 days of occupancy. I actually checked why this happened, and apparently there was an owner booking from May 9th to 23rd, and that disappeared. So I don't know what happened to that, but I guess it's not our fault because something else had blocked our way. But that was pretty interesting. I first thought, oh shit, I forgot to sell these dates because I'm the revenue management check for Village Rita Inda. So feel free to express something. If it's your fault, you'll get extra credit for it. Kind of. Okay, on the next part, let's talk about Eggy at Pop Freddy NH residence. The maintenance staff helper who stays at the villa takes a full week off for Eid al-Fitr, June 10th, 2nd to 10th. And when there is a booking for this period of time, Pop Freddy was confused and asked us to help if there's any outsourcing company that can provide cleaning staff to solve this issue. Eggy communicated with Alvin and Muskris on whether or not we can provide the solution, and then Pop Chris provided with PT Jin's contact, and then they made a deal. Okay, fantastic, and there's all these conversations there. Great, so we solved the problem. Eggy, are you satisfied with the solution?
Yeah.
Okay, great, fantastic, very good. All right, let's take a look. Villa Edaman, Alvin. Alvin said those 2 bookings need to be inputted manually on token in case there's one that accepted booking, forgot to input it, and result in overbooking for the first day. All right. So we had, I guess, a manual booking coming in. Alvin and Dominic give the alternative. Finally, the guest stayed in Lily and Andra for the first day. Chris, we can discuss in the Revenue Guild as framework of reservation SLA to check every reservation already inputted in the system. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Alvin, for not a bonek. What does that mean? Alvin's not a bonek. That's his name. All right, so that's exactly, I think, the way it should be processed. We fixed the problem, but then we also go back to investigate what was the source of the problem. And the source of the problem was bad procedure. Then we created the guild and we created the reservation SLAs to address those issues. All right, Alvin, is there anything else that you'd like to say about this particular case? All good. Thank you very much, Alvin. All right, let's take a look. So on May 22nd, villa owner in Bingen. Property owner survey in Bingen is nearly clear for the homestay and bungalows, but I can't reach the owner since I never met them before. I already asked Elliot to fill the survey, but she doesn't even read my WhatsApp. Elliot's a boy, by the way, so it's actually a he. But, all right. Talk to Jane to help send out the survey to the owner. Jing suggests to put only 2 questions here. Great. Rafik, can we change the survey questions? Great. All right. Fantastic. So this was great. This was an innovation. Before we sent out owner surveys that were fairly long. It was like 40 questions or something on that order. Now we just asked a very simple question. Do you like Bukit Vista this month more than last month, and why? If you're looking for surveys, one of the principal problems that everybody will come across is getting people to fill out the surveys. Because let's face it, it's much easier to not fill out the survey than do it. So do what Facebook does. Just one button if you like something. One button, one click, one response. Make it simple. If it's simple, chances are people will be happy to take your next survey. The point of every survey is so that people will take the next survey. If you make it so long and complicated, they just go, oh, fuck that. Even if they get through it, they probably won't be happy doing it again. So the simplest survey you can have is just 2 questions. Am I doing better than yesterday? And why? Or whatever. And that will help you fix anything. So great. That was an example of an evolution and an innovation on surveys. Let's take a look. Oh, Cynthia. Okay, Cynthia reports from Warisan in Nusa Penida. So Stephanie Cha basically pleased to stay at Warisan, but then she got an allergy and rash and started assuming about bed bugs in her room. She requested to change the bedsheet towels and clean the room, but until 6 p.m., her room wasn't clean, and she moved to another property on the last night, and the evidence is here. The evidence, I guess, let's see if I'll hover over it, is just a bunch of conversations. And she also provided photographic evidence. So Cynthia approached the guest through Airbnb, and then approached the staff. I got information from the staff that this guest is kind of fussy. So yesterday there was a community activity in the portal, so the staff, I assume, wasn't there, and they understood the activity will be done at 6:30. The staff need excuse from the guest to clean her room. They worried that she will get another complaint. Ma, who is in Nusa Penida, helped Warisan about the refund process. Okay, fantastic. So that was a very good coordination between air support and on-site field teams to solve an issue. All right, Daphne. Daphne, we got a pretty bad review from her. I passed it to Putu, identified what happened. Alvin got back to me. This is the guest room 2. That's why we pushed it to Elliot and Madi to repair it. And yes, sir, now it's repaired. I believe it's completely repainted. I'll go to Alvin. Alvin, yes, has it been repainted yet? Oops, sorry. Sorry. Okay, Alvin, go ahead.
Wait. Okay. The second how to take down.
I guess I'll just have to meet you out, Alvin. Alvin, is it okay? Okay, great, thank you. Bye. Okay, I probably need a mute to happen so that that feedback loop is up. Okay. How about now? No, still. All right, here, let me mute this. I got the solution. I think I can. How about now?
Yes.
Perfect!
Gentlemen.
We got that. All right. Live, fixing the all hands. Great. Okay, so we're getting things fixed over in Villa Tortoise now, which is good because it was an ongoing issue. Ibu Yulia. Oh, right. So I put in a content request. Ibu Yulia Kana thinks her villa looks more beautiful these days because it has fully grown trees and garden. I put in a content request to get a reshoot done. let's take a look at, let's see, Chris. Chris says Booking.com has a program called Free Upgrade to Genius members that is applied without our knowledge. And okay, right. So people are getting upgrades and they're coming for upgrades, but we don't know what to do about it. Okay, all right, so that's open loop. Let's see. All right, here's an interesting one from Val.
For the guests or upgrade for the...
I believe the guests are getting an upgrade, but we don't necessarily are informed or agree to it. Is that the case?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I will talk to Chris.
Okay. And then let's take a look at Val. Okay, Val is hosting now in Jogja. He picked up Hisham at Gria Widosaban, asking for help about the transportation to the airport. And Val found the driver and delivered him to the airport last Hungary. Okay, very good. So looks like things are going okay. People are informing me about issues, whatnot. There's guests losing money. There's people going and helping guests with lost money requests. And Yvonne got his first review mention. Let's take a look at it. All right, fantastic. All right, let's see what the guests had to say about Yvonne. But they put it in public or private?
No, it's in private.
They put it in private. You could, okay, as an improvement, maybe next time you say publicly, say I'm great. If you put a good review about me, just put it in the public so that the world can see. Let's see what the review was. Hi, dear host, most especially Yvonne, who assisted us. Thanks for making our stay very comfortable. I love the amenities, and the location made it very easy to get transport. I want to share some thoughts. Okay, the living room was comfy, but sometimes it gets a bit too hot. Maybe it would be good to have one more fan unit. Keep a tin of bug spray, as sometimes there are cockroaches. I know it's not due to uncleanliness, but sometimes the roach problem just happens. Very forgiving guests. Just thought I'd highlight it so your future guests don't need to get scared by the cachoa. Other than that, we were very happy and comfortable in the villa. Thank you very much for the weekend experience. I hope to come back. Warm regards, Monica. Where's Monica from?
She's from Malaysia.
From Malaysia. Oh, all right, because she knew the word cachoa, so I thought that was pretty good. All right, fantastic. Thank you very much, Yvonne, for bringing us through. Let's go back up to the all hands now. So, all right, let's take a look at the squad flow and SLAs. We did that, the workshop last week about parliamentary process. So let's see if we can pass some SLAs at the moment now. Let's go into market building. Nunli is not here for market building, and there are some chapter SLAs that are here. Here is the full MB process, and okay, bring up. Wow, okay, so Nunli is, Eggy, I assume you can be Nunli's proxy in this case. Can I call upon you for enlightenment on this?
Yeah, so I think this is the updated to either a new candidate or the existing one to actually follow the SLA that we created at this point. So this is just the updated and how to do it properly.
Okay, fantastic. Eggy, are there any parts of the SLA that interface with other chapters, such as content or hosts or anybody else?
Actually, I think it just updated. She just updated pretty early, so I haven't really gone through this.
Okay.
I'll get back to anybody.
Okay, I motion to table this until Nunli is back before we vote it in. Now, if it's an SLA is within your chapter, there's probably not too much that needs to be done. It's just you post it here for transparency. But if the SLAs start affecting content or hosts or somebody else, then we need to vote it in. Okay, fantastic. That looks good. Thank you for bringing that up. Now, during crunch periods, okay, I think this has been already detailed already, so we can probably mark it as resolved. Leads go to market building. We already agreed that host or whoever bringing leads will deliver to market builders. Market builders will then put it in place, the content request. Content chapter SLAs. Diva, tell me about these.
So we from content chapter have been putting this up, and everybody internally is already voted yes. So
Okay.
we split it into two parts, three actually. One as a client to market builder and a server for reservation, and the last thing is internal. So from reservation, we also already tagged the parties that are included, like Hospice and Alvin for the reservation, and also market builder to Angie. And then please comment if you agree or disagree, or maybe you want to add something, so like we can propose this to Angie or something on the.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Diva, for championing these SLAs. Now, I'd like to ask the reservations or actually the market builders. Have you guys read over or gone over any of these SLAs yet?
I've read.
Okay.
I think I haven't discussed with anyone yet. So,
Okay. All right. So going over to reservations, Chris or Alvin or Cynthia, have you guys read the parts of the content SLA in terms of how it interfaces with your duties? I know I'm putting Alvin on the spot, but there's probably Chris. Is Chris over there? Chris is. Oh, there's Chris. Okay. Chris,
Yep.
have you read the content SLAs yet? Oh yeah, over here, right?
Yes, we already. I already have a discussion with Iba about this.
Okay, fantastic. And have these discussions been resolved yet?
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
Have the discussions been resolved yet? Have you reached a conclusion on these discussions?
Yes, so we agree on this SLA from content and reservation.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so half of it is already ready to go on to vote, and the other half we're waiting for an unlead. Okay, all right. I'd like to put this to a vote. Diva, let's go over these one at a time. So we're putting out now a vote, and we're going to go.
Suaranya.
Oh, can you hear me, Chris?
No.
Okay, well, I don't know what to do with that. Okay, all right. So let me reload. Okay, I'll do it usually what I do for candidates. Reload straight. Okay, so the idea now is this. Now that this part is ready for a vote, I'm going to announce each item on the SLAs. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to announce each item on the SLAs to clarify. And if this is okay for you, then please vote this in favor. This is half of the content SLA, so the only half pertaining to reservations. If you believe that this should be the new SLAs, vote. If you do not believe these should be the new SLAs, please vote against. This is your one time to actually vote for or against. If you do not vote and later on you're confused, I will just scream at you and say you're a moron, because essentially you have accepted something that you don't understand. So this is the time to vote. We are not going to get locked in a big debate about what this should be. This will either pass and become part of the company SLAs, or it will not pass, and then the content can go back and revisit why it didn't pass and have a discussion. Okay? So that's the format of the vote. Let me begin. So, on the output, content as a server to reservation, we're looking for this. The listing standard must be all listings are instant bookable. The rate is set correctly, and on the content, they set the property photos, area content, and infographics. They put the correct photo for each specific unit. They connect all listings to Toki, and the payout split is set to default bank accounts. The listing will get at least one booking after a week of launch, and the instant book rate should be above 70% after a week of launch. The inquiry to instant booking rate, this part I'm not sure. If not met, feedback from the revenue team about why and seek approval. Yes? Is that okay? All right. Special request listing for a multiple bedroom listing. The rate is set correctly, and the content, the property, photo, area content, infographics are put in, and the correct photo to each specific unit is put in. Payout split to default bank accounts. Iteration. Content can receive feedback from all clients. I mean, this means everybody, right? Either internal, external, inside the company, outside the company. The requirement is that they fill out a content request form, the details of the listing and the property, what is wrong, what could be improved, what is correct, or suggestion to improve it. The output is delivering content improvement requests on point and before the due date, and the improvement should have the objective to eliminate the problem and measured as a key result. Okay, in its current form, do I have a champion for this motion? Who would like to put forward and motion this to be put into the company SLAs? All right, Diva has motioned that the second part, and only the second part, the output, content as a server to reservation, be put into the company SLAs. Does Diva have a second?
I second that motion.
Okay, Eggy has seconded the motion. So the motion now has been moved and seconded. All right, is there any discussion? Is this all clear? If there's no discussion, then the motion has been moved and seconded. It is clear. I would like to move to a vote. All in favor of putting SLAs, please raise your hand. And the Secretary Gigi will record the vote. Okay, go ahead. Okay, that's pretty much everybody from Bali. Alvin, everybody in Jogja in the room. Chris, let's see. Chris, Panuki is not voting. Val is not voting. Rafik and Leon. Okay, all right, very good. All right, now the vote for against. All against this to be put in. All against putting in this as part of the company SLAs, please vote now. Okay, there are 0 votes against. Okay, motion carries. This second part of the content SLAs will go into the general SLAs for the entire company. I've appointed Gigi as my secretary. So Gigi, can you move these now in? And I think you might need Bayou's clearance for the profile. And these are now company SLAs. This is the way that content will be done from now on. All right, fantastic. Thank you very much for the vote. So pretty much unanimous. We all agree that this is the right way to do things. I would also like. Okay, that's. I'll continue with the meeting. I won't bring up any issues at this point. All right, fantastic. Does anybody else have any SLAs they would like to be integrated into the company SLAs? Okay, none. All right. So at the next meeting, I think we should have a discussion with market builders about how to integrate their SLAs in, and also market builders need to have a discussion with content about agreement on the first half of content's roles and get those integrated in. So those could be discussion topics for the next meeting. Great. Is this very clear for everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. How are we doing this? Okay, great. Hopefully this makes everything very clear and we're very transparent and highly aligned in the future. Let's go on back up to the main dash. Squad 1. Okay, so Squad 1 has Nunli Diba. Okay, Squad 1, Nunli is market building. Diba's content, Bayou's backup. Air Sports, Alvin, Reservation Guild is being started by Chris. Rafik is chapter lead. I think Rafik, may I ask, are you still on Squad 1 or are you more on Squad 2 these days? That's a question, Rafik. Rafik, do you still work on Squad 1? Motherfucker.
I can be Squad 1, so, but it's not fully.
Okay.
It's not full.
Not full. Okay, Rafik is part-time on Squad 1. Thank you for declaring that. Ivan and Putumaha are the hosts. Gigi's doing finance. Rafik's doing the community. Chris and Nunli are doing revenue management. Jing is human resources, also chapter lead on HR. Bayou is chapter lead on internal tools, and Diva is working on online marketing. On Squad 2, Yuan. Yuan's been given a temp contract. Mona has failed her trials. Eggy and Nunli are, Eggy's now full-time on Squad 2. So Eggy is full-time market building on Squad 2 now. Mr. Secretary, let's remove Mona from the list. Mona has been offered a part-time contract. Most likely she will accept. A temp contract. Yuan, yes. Yuan. Sorry, did I say Mona?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Mona's been dismissed. Yuan is being offered a temp contract for 4 months. Okay. Chandra Dewi is doing air support. Tendi is squad lead. D1 Gabby, Chandra Dewi, and Chayanti are our host. Chayanti has actually have you accepted your contract actually?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Chayanti will think about accepting her contract. After that happens, she will host on Squad 4 actually. Her trials were on Squad 2. Okay, Gigi's doing finance, Rafik's in community. Revenue management is Changu's is Bayou, Uluwatu is Tendi, Padang is D1, Ubud is Bayou with transferring over to Tendi. Jing and R are doing human resources, internal tools is the same. Squad 3, Jogja, Patnuki is market builder. Gani is transitioning out of content. Bona is actually flying to Jogja right now. I think he probably just arrived. Bona is working full-time and Squad 3 is content. Ara is transitioning out of air support. Shinti is transitioning out of air support. Dominic is the host. She's visiting Bali right now. Val is the newest host. What?
Sorry.
Yes, Cynthia, yes, the chair recognizes Cynthia.
Okay, thank you for your time. I think for our support, I will just focus on Squad 4.
Oh, okay, all right. Cynthia is out of Squad 3 now for support. Thank you very much for clarifying that, Cynthia. All right, Gunny, the chair recognizes Gunny.
And where is Rizal, sir?
Yeah.
What? Who took Rizal's name out?
Rizal dropped out.
Rizal is on Squad 4, and he's on content. So please let's put Rizal's name, Mr. Secretary, under Gunny's name on, yeah. Okay, great. Fantastic. Thank you for correcting. Thank you for stepping on toes. Rafik, did you have something to say?
I said Rizal dropped out, but coming back again.
All right, fantastic. Well, this is why we have this, so that we can gather evidence. Okay, Dominic. Okay, Val is host. Risky is doing the finance for Squad 3. Pandunki is community and revenue management. Jing is doing human resources, and the rest remain the same. Gunny's working on online marketing. Great. Squad 4, who's Panita? We've got Wayana as market builder. Gunny and Rizal are working on content. Ara Shintia is working on air support. Chris is working on reservations. Chayanti, if she passes, will work as a host. And is Panita. Risky's doing finance. Communities, Wayana. Revenue management is Bayu. Jing is HR, and the rest remain the same. Great? Does anybody have any corrections to the table of orders? Okay, great. What should we call this? What should we call this table? Anybody have any suggestions? Any motions?
Role assignment.
Role assignment. Okay. Would you like to make that a motion?
Yeah, I would like the motion to name that as role assignment.
Okay, all right. It has been moved for role assignment. Is there a second? Okay, Deba seconds it. Is there any discussion? No discussion. Okay, let's put it to a vote. All in favor of calling this table role assignment table? Role assignment table as an amendment? Okay. I would like to amend as a role assignment table. Can I get a second on that? Okay, seconded. All right. All in favor of calling a role assignment table, please raise your hand now. Okay, pretty much the motion passes unanimously. Mr. Secretary, please call this the role assignment table. We have a new name for what this is. Great. Let's move on. Profile coverage. All right, Jing Wan covered by Maha and Chris. Wan covered by Alvin and Maha, advised by Tendi. Jing covered by Gabrielle and Chandra, advised by Rafik. Chris and Wan covered by Bonin and Alvin, advised by Chris. Bayan Wan covered by D1 and Chandra, advised by Tendi. Bastian Wan covered by Chandra and Gabrielle, advised by Rafik. Denny and Jing covered by D1 and Tendi. Tendi and Bukit Vista covered by Chandra and Tendi. Adventure covered by Maha and Chris, advised by Wayana. Emil and Bukit Vista covered by Shintia and Rizal, advised by Ara and Wayana. Emil and Wayana covered by Shintia and Rizal, advised by Ara and Wayana. Ara and Bukit Vista covered by Dominic, Ara and Shintia. Gabrielle and Ara covered by Dominic, Ara and Boda, advised by Gabby and Ara. Nuki and Ara covered by Dominic and Shintia, advised by Ara. The rest, Booking.com, Agoda, and Expedia covered by Rafik. All right. Fantastic. Let's go to the KPIs. Yes, the chair recognizes Alvin.
For Chris and Wayana, I want to nominate Ivan to help with that.
Okay, very good. All right, we have a nomination. Okay, we have a lot of questions. Please save your questions for now. The chair has recognized Alvin. Ivan, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Ivan accepts the nomination. Okay, done. So, for Ivan, let's go back up to the table assignment. Oh, the profile management. Keep your hands up if you have a question. I'll recognize you in the due time. Ivan will now cover Chris and Wayana instead of Alvin. Is that correct? Okay, please.
No. I'm still in Chris Wayana, but Ivan helped me too.
Okay, so now there's 3 people on Chris and Wayana. Is that correct? Very good. Mr. Secretary, that's Wayana. Yes, okay.
So,
The Secretary has been instructed he will make the corresponding changes. Okay, great. And Mr. Secretary, I think we should erase Ivan's name from Wayana. That wasn't what had been agreed. All right, the chair recognizes Shintia. Shintia, please go ahead.
yes, thank you. For the RRBP, since I'm not in squad 3, I think there's not should be my name there.
Okay, so
I
okay.
handle Emil and BP, Emil and Wayana.
Okay, thank you for the correction. So let's please remove Shintia's name from RMBV. Yes, the chair recognizes Dominic.
For all Jogja account, I nominate Val to be the second person on that account.
Okay, very good. Val, you have been nominated to be the second on the accounts on Jogja profiles. Do you accept the nomination?
Right.
Right is not the correct answer, Val. You have to say either accept the nomination or I do not accept the nomination.
You accept the nomination or not?
I accept it, sir.
Okay, fantastic. All right, then accepted. So please, Mr. Secretary, go ahead. Be the second, backing up Dominic. So I would advise it would be Dominic/Val on the designation. Okay, great, fantastic. Is there any other discussion? Yes, the chair recognizes D1.
So, DJ is no longer Denny and Jing, so it will be D1 and Jing.
All right, fantastic. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Can we make the adjustment? Instead of Denny and Jing, we will call it now D1 and Jing. Fantastic. All right. Well, there seems to be a lot of discussion around this. Shintia, did you have any other things that you'd like to add? Shintia, the chair recognizes Shintia.
Yes, thank you. And the last one is for Nuki and Ara.
Excuse me? Sure, something and Ara? Nuki and Ara?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I see Shintia still, her name is still on there. Let's move Val's name over on top of Shintia's name, and that will be corrected. And then we can remove Val's name on the first thing. Okay, very good. The chair recognizes Dominic. Go ahead, Dominic.
I motion to erase Cynthia's name from all Jogja account since he's not taking care of Jogja, right?
Okay, and I think that's already been done, actually.
Okay.
All right, fantastic. So, motion preempted. None. Is there any other discussions? This is great. Yeah, this is fun. a lot of moving around. Are there any other discussions? Okay, no discussions. We'll continue. Thank you very much. Hopefully that's all clear now, the role assignments and profile assignments. Let's take a look at our revenue. All right, our target's 300. We're at 255 right now. I'm realistic. I think we're not going to make it. The reason why is because the weekly sales generally drops after the third week because the availability drops. So most likely we will not make our May revenue targets, but then let's try to make our June revenue targets, okay? Let's take a look at how each squad is doing. So each squad, squad one's exactly where we were last month, so at 115, last month at 115, this month at 115. Squad 2, last month at 103, this month at 98. Squad 4 up at 30. You guys hit your target for the contributions. Yay! Okay. And squad 3 up at last month at 20, this month at 10. Squad 4 last month at 28, this month at 30. Yes, Ivan, the chair recognizes Ivan.
I just wanted to say that the screen hasn't changed yet, but...
Okay, now we change the screen. Okay, done. All right. Thank you, Ivan. Let's look at the booking pace. Booking pace has not been that great for the past few days, but at least in the past 4 days, we've held above the average line, so this is a good sign. This line needs to keep on going up as we get closer to June. Otherwise, something is wrong with market building. Otherwise, something is wrong with reservations. Otherwise, something is wrong with content. This line needs to keep on climbing because this is the point where this line will hit, what, like 200 a day? Yeah? Okay. So, booking pace is looking pretty strong. Last night we hit a small peak at around 86. Let's take a look at weekly sales. Weekly sales have been looking pretty strong outside of May. We got 50,000 last week. Outside of May, got 50,000 the previous week. For within May, it's been actually kind of irregular. It's been going up and then stabilizing. This week we're starting at 3.8, and we'll see what we get. On the booking heat map, so this part is really good. Squad 2, you guys are burning up. You guys are going to need a lot of check-ins in the next few months. We're bringing in a lot of interns and help from STB. Oh, it looks like the UGM internship won't start until after August, so we probably won't get that big influx of hosts that we're looking for. But that being said, we still have quite a lot of hosts applying and signing up for work here, so there should be enough people during peak season. Squad 1 is burning up today. We've got 23 check-ins. Squad 2 is looking very strong. Squad 3 is slowing down, but I also see that Squad 3's booking pace is picking up, and Squad 4 is crazy. It's just like just bouncing everywhere. People are going all over. Okay, so inactive properties. Let's take a look at inactive properties. We've got 4 on Squad 1, Ayunan, Lakaban, Balimina, and Puri Sabina. Oh, Puri Sabina. This one probably should be taken a look at relatively quickly. Whoever's doing the revenue management on that needs to examine Puri Sabina. I believe that's actually Nungli. So that one's there. Oh, new update on Squad 1. So we got some very good news in Squad 1. Here, we got a new supervillain in Squad 1, Lot 5. Alright, so that one's under the deal. It's not been And also, hey, this one's for you, Chris. We finally got La Jolla under control. So we got about 8 plus 6 plus... We got 14 rooms under Bukit Vista exclusive allocation for La Jolla. Yeah. The allocation begins now, but the dates we start taking bookings start on September 1st, because from now until September 1st, the calendar are pretty full. So we'll start on September 1st. Kristen, Leah, and I are working out which listings we're going to actually assign to it, but this should actually pick up the Squad 1 revenue by quite a lot. And it's also good precedent. We also got 3 rooms at Cross 2 as well. So that's also pretty good. We're getting strong resort properties now in Squad 1. All right, so fantastic. Let's look at the performance of Squad 2. Squad 2, there's a few new items that are showing up right now. I think it's 3 monkeys. Umatulu, I saw a lot of people work overtime on Saturday night for Umatulu. I can assume that's probably for that. The Villa Risky is in, and Red Salt is in. So there's quite a lot of Squad 2 properties that are sort of fringing into inactivity now. Squad 3, let's see. Squad 3 about the same. I think this is pretty normal in Jogja. You guys are experiencing a low season, but I think the next month should be a peak season. So hopefully this gets resolved. And on Squad 4, the inactive list is growing a little bit. I think we added 2 new things, Batman Sabo and Songchang. I think since we don't work with them, maybe just have these removed from the list. It's just distracting information. Let's take a look at where our guests are coming from. The guests currently are coming from... all right, well, we wait for that to load. Since I don't want to lose any time, let's take a look at my OKRs. So, my OKRs are to help identify squad and fix problems quickly, prepare candidates for onboarding via excellent training onboarding, and help Squad 1 develop new leadership structure. I'm hoping to get a 4.8 on my leadership and mentorship skills scores at the end of the month, and produce viable processes that help squad coherence. We have the observations and improvements, we have training guides, and we have actually new video index for learning too as well. So this will all help onboard new people and also give them training without tying down existing members of the team. We're looking to get 15 extra hands, 7 hosts, 7 air support, 3 content. I'd like to also upgrade existing BV members to more higher experience and skill functions. Currently, what's on that list right now looks like this. All right. So, Bona and Rizal have already been hired full-time. Randy is our candidate in Papua. He's on a boat here. He said he wanted to take a boat to come here to try out. So, it's going to take him 3 or 4 days, but that's pretty hardcore. Yvonne's already been hired on a staff contract. Dwi, Shinthia. Okay, Shinthia's already passed her trials. Val has already been hired. Wendy, Cynthia, and Cynthia. Okay, Cha-Cha has passed her trials. Okay, very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Val has been hired full-time. Wendy is passed, and a few of her friends are also coming for on-site evaluations after Lebaran. Cynthia has been being hired full-time. These are Cynthia's friends. Okay, great. We're also getting some interns after peak season, so that's not really part of my OKRs. Let's go back up to guest origins and see how we're doing on that. So guest origins for April look like that. Guest origins for May look like this. This. Okay, about the same. A little bit more heat coming from Australia and New Zealand. It seems like that's picking up. Definitely a lot of heat here in Southeast Asia with KL. Some heat coming from Sri Lanka. That's odd. Anybody seen the Sri Lankan guest? No? Yes?
No.
Okay, not yet. All right, quite a lot of Germans, Russian, Western Europeans. We got some coming from Russia. All of the Eastern Asia is now showing up, all the way from up here in Siberia, across China, Japan, so that's looking good. And of course, the majority of our market traditionally comes from the US over here. All right, and a little bit over here. I think this is Rio de Janeiro. No, yes, it is Rio de Janeiro. Great. Let's take a look at where May will be coming from. In June. In June, our guests are going to be coming from pretty much the same places again. All right, maybe I shouldn't bring up anything here. I think this is a new place. Wait, Turkish. All right, this is Greek. Greek, Turkey,
Greece.
Lebanon. We have guests coming from Lebanon. That's something new. And we have guests also coming here from Finland. Yeah, Lebanon. No guests from Syria yet, but that'll be a good day. South Africa is really well represented here in Johannesburg, and also I think this is Cape Town. Cape Town, yes, Cape Town, and also I'm not sure who this is. Johannesburg, Cape Town, and this other place. All right, so that's our June stuff. Profile. Okay, profile, adventure. Let me bring this up so we can zoom in a little bit and see it a bit more clearly while that's loading. Adventure, last month at 13, this month at 13, so on par. Agoda, last month at 4.6, this month at 2.5. Ara, last month at 6.2, this month at 1. Bastion, last month at 23,000, this month at 18.9. Bayou, last month at 22, this month at 23. Good job, Bayou. All right, or good job, Bayou team. Booking.com, last month at 19, this month at 18.8. Direct bookings, nothing. Denny and Jing, now D1 and Jing, last month at 4.1, this month at 4.6. Very good. Elements, not active. Emil, wow! Last month at 22, this month already at 26. Very good job, people who are covering Emil's team. I salute you. Salute. Okay, Emil and Wayana last month at 105, this month at 0. Gabriel and Ara last month at 4.7, this month at 2.4. Jing last month at 34,000, this month at 36. Thank you, people who are taking care of the Jing profile. Jing and Wayana last month at 52, this month at 45. Last month at 10.6, this month at 10.9. Nuki and Ara last month at 7.6, this month at 6.8. Tendi and Bukit Vista last month at 4.6, this month at 3.7. Traveloka is inactive. Wayana is at 37 last month and 40 this month. Congratulations for the teams that have exceeded. Very good. All right, now to the area revenue. Balangan, last month at 14, this month at 19. Bingen, last month at 59,000, this month at 54,000. Canggu last month at 45, this month at 39. Chamagi is not active. Jimbaran, last month at 11, this month at 15. Very good. Nusa Dua last month at 15, this month at 15. Nusa Penida last month at 28, this month at 30. Padang Padang last month at 15, this month at 16. Seminyak last month at 2.8, this month at 1.6. Ubud last month at 7.5, this month at 4.5. Uluwatu last month at 33, this month at 36. Umasan last month at 14.6, this month at 11.8. And Jogja last month at 20, this month at 10.7. Fantastic. Let's take a look at the new listings this week. So, and the new listings for a week, we only have one, and it's in Canggu. It's called Kubu Masari. Yes, all right. So, who knows anything about Kubu Masari? Fantastic, very much. Eggy, please step forward and introduce this Bukit Vista property to us.
Okay, so this is a new property in Parananan / Canggu. It's a 3-bedroom villa, very quite close to the center of Parananan. I think also with the beach. this is actually not relatives, but the owner actually the girlfriend of Rakarai. So they have, some like feedbacks, not feedbacks, but like they know how to work with us. So I don't really have much to tell them, but because they already know what we're doing. But we just got first booking last week. For this.
Yay! So it's Rakarai's girlfriend, yeah? That's cute. Okay, fantastic. That's very good. Raka's what? Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Eggy. Is there anybody that you'd like to acknowledge for helping bring this in, or is there?
Not at this point.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Very good. So that's the new listing this week. That's pretty much it. Let's go back up to the all hands and see what other further orders of business are there. We covered the KPIs. We covered the stats. Right. Project workshops and task force list. So career path. I've already issued that as a workshop, and it got a lot of views actually. Everyone really was into that. That was highly viewed by people inside the company, outside the company too. So, Ivan, tell me about your idea. Ivan, please take the floor.
Okay, so on the second day of June, I was planning to make a sport game night.
Yes, sport game night on the 2nd of June.
Yeah, so if any of you interested in playing, if you know any Nintendo Wii, so I've got one recently, and I'm planning to make a small competition, either with bowling or tennis, and we can play together. And yesterday, Rafik said that I can replace his quiz with this one.
Oh no! We'll do both.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not planning to.
Rafik's giving you a middle finger, by the way, Ivan. Hey, this is what Rafik thinks of your idea.
I'm not planning to replace the quiz, but
okay.
But I want to.
How do I mute? Visually mute. Keep going. Remove. Do you think he'll come back?
I don't think so.
Hey, somebody invite him back.
Welcome back, Mofo.
Alright, no dirty sexual gestures. These are getting recorded, so we're going to get sexual harassment. Suits. Alright, okay, thank you very much, Yvonne, for taking initiative and starting your own thing. That's very, very cool. Okay, translation is ongoing. I might need help with this because this is actually going to be big during the peak season. If we can get more Chinese guests, then we can push our booking numbers up. Alright, I'm very sorry. I don't know what takes me forever to do Agile project management, but I will do it this week, finally. Diva has a digital marketing guild on Thursdays at 4 o'clock. There's a human resource guild on Saturday at 11. I was the only person that attended the last one. I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. Very, I recorded myself by myself. It was very cool. And I was like, well, I can't really do anything because this is all everybody else's new business. So I'm not sure what to do. And part of it was whether or not people get housing. Wait, is she even there? Is Ari even there? Okay.
What?
Somebody's asking me for housing, and then they didn't even appear. Housing not approved. Okay. So, anyways, okay. There's the Saturday Guild for Human Resources, and of course, reservations have their Mr. Secretary.
Yes.
Maybe you can delegate to Chris. Chris, can you put your reservation guild meetings up on this board so that way the rest of the company will know when to attend? All right. Very good. Sorry, I missed out the Italian food thing. I was sort of like into this whole new bonfire concept, so I passed that next. Maybe we'll do the Italian food bonfires next time. Yeah? Ooh, okay. All right, that's a new idea. We'll bake a pizza in a campfire.
Oh, what a disaster.
All right. Okay, yes, I will host that workshop this week. And the parliamentary process already done. Detecting revenue leaks. Nunli was going to host a workshop, but I don't think. Does that happen? No? Okay. All right. Rafik, your quiz. When do you want to rehost your quiz night? Do you want to host it tonight? Tonight! Rafik, motherfucker!
Be quiet. Relax.
He's right here.
No, the quiz next month because everybody is poor.
Yes.
I'll fix that problem for you, Rafik.
Yeah, I know.
I'll make a generous donation on everyone's behalf.
Tonight, Tonight I cannot do that because I'm not sick today.
Oh, no, that's perfect then. You can do night shift. You can have people do the quiz this night shift. Yeah.
If I do wrong, everybody is blame me.
Does
Bukit
anybody
Vista
want
is
to help
like that.
Ralph
I
with
will
the
blame
quiz
each
tonight?
other.
Come on, let's make it happen. Does anybody want to help? Tendy, can I nominate you to help Rafik do the quiz tonight? It'll be tonight at 7 o'clock, and Tendy and Rafik will host. Rafik will go in the room and pretend to take inquiries, but instead he'll actually set up new quiz questions for everyone. Hey, that's the point. Hey, I got an idea, Rafik. This is what you'll do. You'll be in the room, you'll write a question for each time you get an inquiry, and we'll live do it as a quiz, and when you get the answer, you can write the answer back to the guest. Make sense? Does anybody understand what I just said?
Yeah.
So instead of you writing okay, so you will feed us live inquiries, right? When you get an inquiry, you just copy it and put it in the quiz bank, and then we'll answer it, and then you'll get your answer, and then it'll be perfect. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're having the quiz.
Question.
We're having the quiz
Question.
tonight. Yeah. 7 o'clock.
Question.
Be here or be dead.
A question. Everyone will join or not? If not,
All right. Who's joining the quiz tonight?
Guys, go join the quiz.
Who's joining the quiz?
I need
Gabby's-
more than 6%.
It's coming.
All right. I make a motion. I motion we do the quiz tonight at 7 o'clock. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been seconded. All right, we're putting to any discussion. Is there any discussion? Yes, Dominic.
Is there any bet on this quiz?
Oh, good discussion. Is there any bet on the quiz?
$100.
Your entire salary for the month is so you have to win.
Jing,
Yes.
I will give 200,000 for the winner.
Okay, Rafik's putting in 200,000 for the winner. I'm putting 200,000 in the winner too as well. I'm taking that. I'll double down on that. Do we have any other people doubling on that? Come on. Come on, I need more sponsors. Who's putting 200 in? Well,
We dominate Wayana.
200, yeah? Another 200. All right, that's 600 in the pot. Who's going to be a real person here and ante up? Who's going to ante up? Come on. How much are you putting?
Me and Tandy will be the host.
Okay, Tendy and Raf will be the... Can I host? I like host these. These are fun.
You not join.
Then I'll withdraw.
No, you prepare the food, sir. Sexy
All right,
consumption.
okay. Okay, so that...